What's up, Wargamers? We're back, and hopefully you guys didn't miss me last night. I did a live video, so if you like to get updates so that you know when I'm going live, make sure that you hit the bell next to the subscribe button. That makes sure that you get notifications when I do live videos and things off the cuff. Make sure you smash that like button on this video. We're going to dive in right now and do a little bit of a recap before we get into the main subject. And here's what I painted yesterday in the live stream. I did my Myphitic Blight Hauler, so I let that that green camo shade wash dry, and then although this webcam kind of sucks, it's supposed to be 1080p, can't seem to ever get it in 1080p, so this is 720. That's where we're at right now. I haven't figured out a basing scheme for them yet, but that's going in my Death Guard army. So the main subject I want to talk about right now is apparently Games Workshop looks like they're canning some of the old Pewter regiments. This goes for the old models such as the Steel Legions, the Mordians, the Catachan, not the Catachans, that would be horrible, the Tallarn, and then also some of the newer old Pewter models, the Vaustrians. Those guys were such a short-lived Pewter regiment that came out after the plastic Cadians, but I think Redbeard Boss picked up an army of those guys. I don't know how many he's really got, but hopefully he's got what he needs, because apparently you're not able to pick them up anymore. So if we take a look at the Astra Militarum here on Games Workshop, we're going to see that most everything is currently available, but instead of saying temporarily sold out or temporarily not available, we're seeing no longer available. So sold out online, and this, no surprise, it does include the limited release Cadian mobile command vehicle, but it's the Vaustrian heavy weapons teams, the Tallarn Desert Raider squads, Vaustrian Command, Colonel Schafers Last Chancers, Mordian, Vaustrian Firstborn, other Valhallan Ice Warriors, Gaunt's Ghosts, and so on and so forth. So that's quite a laundry list of models that are seeing the axe from Games Workshop. And it makes me wonder if they're going to go specifically only to limited release, which wouldn't be so bad, and what that would do for the price, who knows, because right now they're actually quite economical. When you were to look at a set of 10 Pewter Vaustrians, I think that they were about $35 US, so that's nothing compared to like Cadians, and you're getting high quality models there. But this has me wanting to give you guys some advice in case you're still looking to piece together some models, or maybe even some unofficial Games Workshop lookalikes, and you can take some of the Cadian models as a basis and do a little bit of modification with some aftermarket gibbons or bits that you could create your own models or just make them straight from scratch. So I've talked in the past about another manufacturer called Anvil Industry, and I want you guys to check out their website. It's anvilindustry.co.uk, and what they've got here are a whole section called Regiments Infantry, and most of this stuff is compatible with your Cadians and other Games Workshop kits, but they also make great standalone kits. And if we want to take a look, they've got what's the regiment dress uniform. So this is a whole kit and caboodle of being able to produce semi-historical, historical, sci-fi, blended genre, you name it, type of warriors, and lots of different bits for you to make them, as well as standalone. So they've got things for command. You can make the Gaunt's Ghost here at the Wasteland cloaks. They've got different legs, different torsos with armor, with hussars, helmets, and things like that. I've purchased some of their models. I haven't purchased these heads and things like that from this range, but just imagine if you take these bearskin caps and you're going to be looking to make your own Vaustrians. These things would be pretty slick. They've got some mock-ups here of models that they've created. Now, I wouldn't necessarily go through and use that exact build-out for Vaustrians, but you certainly could do something like that. And I think they've even got a squad builder that you can go through and produce like three-dimensionally your own squads, but you could also go through and pick out heavy weapons teams and build them out at nearly a flat cost, and you can display those in your local currency. So let's switch it from pounds to over to US dollars. And these guys are fairly reasonable. You're still going to pay more than $85 for your typical 10-man squad fully kitted out, but not by much, $35.84. So that's actually right in line with what you'd pay for the Pewter, and I will vouch for the quality of the resin on these models. These guys are top-notch, probably even better than Forge World resin, and that's pretty tough to beat in this industry. So Definitely check out Anvil Industry if you're a little upset that Games Workshop appears to have canned them. Also, they have this trencher line, so in addition to the dress uniform, they have trench fighters that you can build out with different kits to be able to produce things that are somewhat similar to Death Korps of Krieg. So if you're looking for a more economical version of Death Korps of Krieg, but you don't want to turn to knockoff miniatures, things like that, for about the price of a squad of knockoff miniatures, you could produce a 10-man squad here. Although these wouldn't be official Games Workshop miniatures, they're actually not quite that bad. They've got different special weapons, different things like that. So these are definitely a good alternative and a good option for you guys if you're looking at doing that. Let's see if they still got that weird squad builder tool that they had, so you can like piece together. There we go, 3D Regiments Designer. Might not work on a Mac. Let's take a look. Alright, so this is a pretty cool tool. What you could do is mess around with some of their bits. Now, I don't think they have all of their bits loaded up, but you can come in here and pick, like, let's say a Jungle Fighter head. And it's going to take a moment, and it's going to load that up in the 3D Designer. And let's say we want to do the great Gothic Void torso and dress uniform legs. So it is going to catch up to us. So we've got like a Catachan type head. The Gothic Void torso will take a little bit. It's going slow, and I don't know if that's my internet. There's the Gothic Void torso kicking in. So you can actually come in and three-dimensionally play with their bits, which is, I mean, I haven't seen another bits company build a tool like this. There we go, there's the dress pants. So that's not the coolest kit you can come out with, but let's see here if we go with the armored legs. Let's pick a nice helmet here. Let's see what we can build. Do they have the new ones in there? Being quiet because this is actually fun to play with. So you guys should check this out. It's a little bit hard to find. I don't know why they don't make this so much easier to locate. But let's go ahead and throw some arms on this guy. And let's give him a weapon here. Sniper rifle. Alright. So let's zoom him in a little bit. Not the most inspiring pose for a sniper rifle, right? Let's go ahead and just give him something cool like a phase rifle. It's like a Tesla weapon. So this is something you can come in here and do with their kits and check them out if you want to. I know they have a different Gothic Void with a like a power pack on the back, and I've used those. See, just like that. Pretty cool, right? So you could pick this out, and this is what you could build for 35 bucks. You could build a unit of 10 of these guys with like 6 different legs, 5 different torsos, like 6 different helmets, and different things like that. So if you're a little bit like miffed that Games Workshop has apparently gotten rid of the different types of old classic regiments for the Astra Militarum / Imperial Guard, I'm kind of holding out hope that not only are they going to just at least put them on the special order from time to time to keep a bit of exclusivity with them, but maybe there's a plastic kit coming out. I mean, if a one-off British company like Anvil Industry can produce a model kit like this and then actually knock out resin that rivals the injection molded plastics of Games Workshop, but building it in a vacuum form resin, that really makes you wonder why Games Workshop can't do it. Let's go ahead and build out another type of torso. I'm pretty sure that they've got a, there we go, let's put Hussar on him. Let's see, legs. What should we do for legs? Dress uniform, possibly? Let's do fatigue. No. Let's see what PMC looks like. And they even have shoulder pads and things like that that don't appear to be in the builder. That's not the right arm. But so there's more options that aren't in their 3D designer that you can use to build even cooler stuff. But you know, just kind of take your pick with what you want these guys to have. You could put it in a Tesla disintegrator and give them like a laser weapon. Wait for it to load up here. Like a laser coil, plasma weapons. You can give them special weapons. You can put them in weapons teams, squatting, things like that. There you go. There's the Tesla weapon. So there's some cool, like, alternate World War I type of models if you wanted to build those out for any type of game, especially if you're looking at doing a game of your own. But check those guys out. Just wanted to drop that on you. That way you guys had some alternatives there for the Imperial Guard if you are upset the Games Workshop might be canning them.